Miami Heat is at odds of plus 3,500 to win the NBA championship, plus 1,450 to win the Eastern Conference, and plus 180 to win the Southeast Division. The Miami Heat did not qualify for the playoffs in their first season of the post-LeBron James era, but it was due more to bad luck, as Chris Bosh suffered blood clots in his lungs and missed the second half of the season, essentially sinking the Heat, although it allowed more time for the emergence of Hassan Whiteside. If Bosh can come back at 100% and Dwayne Wade continues to be himself while having his games monitored for health, Miami should find themselves in the playoffs again. If the Heat's smart offseason moves pay off and they get a few breaks, they could be a dark horse contender in the Eastern Conference. It was a busy offseason for the Heat, who re-signed Goran Dragic at 5 years at $90 million and Wade at 1 year for $20 million, while bringing in Amari Stoudemire and Gerald Green on cheap veteran deals. They also traded Zoran Dragic, Goran's brother, to Boston, and Shabazz Napier to Orlando, both for conditional future picks. But the big move came at the draft, where Justice Winslow fell into their lap at number 10. Winslow is a work in progress offensively, but he is wildly athletic and strong, and he works hard on defense, which will get him playing time. The Heat are loaded with veterans like Wade and Bosh, along with Luol Deng, but they've injected youth in there, with Whiteside, who can anchor the middle if he keeps his emotions in check. Winslow was a fantastic pick, and Dragic might be their best player now, as he is a handful for other point guards to check. They also have one of the best coaches in the league in Eric Spoelstra, who got flack during the Big Three era, but he proved his worth last year by keeping this team in the playoff hunt. There are a lot of questions concerning the Heat. How healthy is Bosh? How many games can Wade play? Can Whiteside deal with his emotions, or will he cost the Heat a few games? Can the Heat score more points after scoring more only than New York, Philadelphia, and Charlotte? The good news is that they've made some shrewd moves in terms of free agency, investing in some bargains. They've picked up guys like Stoudemire and Green on the cheap, and those two players could give the bench a boost. Miami can make the playoffs, absolutely, but they need a lot to go right, especially with all the questions in the weakness section that need to be answered, and to their benefit. If Bosh is healthy, Wayne can play 60 to 65 games at close to 100%. Whiteside can stay on the court and Winslow can defend like a beast. They will be a lock for the playoffs if this happens. Dragic also needs to continue his ascent because he might be the straw that stirs the drink. But that's a lot to ask, and they might end up battling for one of the final two spots in the East. They're not going to challenge teams like Atlanta and Washington at the top of the division unless one of those teams has a serious injury. For more Miami Heat betting information and statistics, check out the Bang the Book Betting Center. And don't forget that the Bang the Book Betting Center is your best resource for sports betting information before you make your weekly assault on the sports books.